Jeff Radebe officially signed the 27 renewable energy independent power producer projects, including the power purchase agreements with Eskom. The 27 projects are set to amount to 55.92 billion rand in new direct investment in the energy sector and will be located in different parts of the country. The department reached this milestone following a long period of uncertainty, but government says it is a demonstration of its commitment to renewable energy and a solid partnership with the private sector. Well, joining us now in studio, we've got Minister Jeff Radebe to discuss this further. Minister, what a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very, very much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me, Leanne, and all your viewers of Morning Live.
Minister, before we get into that business, I'm sure that you'd like to say one or two words about Mamuni on her passing this week.
Well, she was one of the most dynamic women that ever graced this land. We are very grateful as the ANC and also as families that 81 years were fulfilled in defense of the people's right to freedom and justice. I think she has left an indelible mark in the struggle for justice and peace in our country.
Yeah, indeed, and will be very, very sorely missed, but thank you for those words. So let's move to the business of today now, and this is, after many delays, it's happening. It's a massive undertaking. Talk to us about the benefits of this new project signed, these renewable energies.
Well, firstly, 56 billion rand injection into the South African economy at this very economically depressed environment is a well-received gift for the people of South Africa. But more than that, the jobs that are going to be created during construction and also during operation, amounting to about 61,000 in the most rural areas of South Africa. I think the local benefits for local communities will be very immense. What I'm happy about as well is the black participation and ownership in this independent power producer program, ensuring that the issue of black industrialists and broadly black economic empowerment is at the center of the agenda. But I think the spin-offs of this project will be felt very broadly in the mainstream economy. But more than that, our people deserve clean energy, and this renewable program does exactly that. And also it fulfills our own international obligations in terms of the Paris Agreement that our government has signed. And I believe we're getting there to providing affordable electricity. At the end of the day, the consumers, you and me, are going to be benefiting out of this.
Yeah, look, those are some of the questions that I want to ask you. So I suppose the agreement is to have renewable energy about 20,000 megawatts by 2030. These projects that we've just signed on now, they are expected to create about 2,000 megawatts of electricity?
Is that 2,300.
So that's the idea. So this is just the start of many, many more to come. There was, however, a bit of a worry from NUMSA and Transform SA, saying that they were going to create job losses. You speak of creating jobs, but job losses in the coal sector, and also that it will cost South Africans more money for electricity. Can we look into that?
Well, first of all, I think any job losses in South Africa, in any sector, is something that has to be regretted. But it has to be put in context. The job losses at coal industry in South Africa has absolutely nothing to do with the independent power producer program. What is happening there, as I understand it, some of these mines have reached their lifespan, so they're going to be closing down in any way. But Eskom, as we all know, they are building new power stations in Kusile as well as Medupi that are going to be coal-fired, so there are jobs that are going to be created there. This is separate from that. We are bringing in new energy source in terms of our energy mix policy as decided by Cabinet in 2010 in terms of the integrated resource plan. So these renewables are what our country deserves.
Yeah. So basically, in a nutshell, this means that 30%, or please correct me if I'm wrong, if I've got the numbers wrong, 30% of electricity that's going to be produced in South Africa is going to be taken away from Eskom. These are going to be independent power producers now, and all renewable.
That's what we're going to. We have an energy mix, as we have highlighted, that in terms of our national development plan, we're aiming to produce about 20,000 megawatts of renewable energy by 2030. We are now around about 5,000, so we still have a long way to go. So there's still going to be a lot of action, very positive news that come from the energy sector in bringing into the national grid these renewable energy sources.
Now, I mean, I think what are some of the really good news is that the province that's going to get the biggest share is the Northern Cape. So we're going to see 50 new wind, solar and CSP projects there. Eastern Cape, 4 wind farms, in the Northwest, 4 solar plants. So this is great job creation there.
Definitely, those provinces, in fact, they deserve more. As you know, the effect of a drought in the Northern Cape and Western Cape, as well as in other parts of South Africa like Eastern Cape. So this has come at the right time, even though there has been a delay of about 2 years, but we are very glad that now we are pushing in the press button in order to ensure that we bring this energy to fire the economy. If our economy is to grow to about 5% per annum, we need a lot of energy in South Africa, and this renewable are part of that program of making sure that we support our government's effort to ensure that the economy grows.
Yeah. Minister, final question, I have to ask this. Is nuclear still on the table?
Well, in terms of our integrated resource plan, it's still part of the energy mix. As we speak, almost 3,000 megawatts of electricity is being powered through nuclear in Quebec, but the decision as to how we move forward has not yet been taken. So in the next few weeks, we'll see a lot of action in the energy sector.
Minister, thank you very much for coming in. Thanks for your time.
A pleasure.
Talking to us about these 27 renewable energy independent power producer projects. It's happening. It's now been signed. 55.92 billion rand in new direct investment in the energy sector. Talking to us about this is our Minister in charge of Energy, Jeff Radebe.